Imagine this. You're standing on the 18th green at Augusta National Golf Club with a 10-foot downhill left to right putt to win a gorgeous green jacket and a small purse of $11.5 million. Silence fills your mind as you line up the putt. Thousands of spectators watch as you barely tap the ball and it starts to head for the hole. Your heart is racing, yet your facade remains calm as you watch the tiny white ball find its way into the hole. Silence turns into roars as the crowd celebrates your triumphant win, with champagne showering from the sky and cameras rushing the green to capture this beautiful moment. Not what you expected golf was like, huh? If I asked you what you think of when you hear the word golf, I bet you think of a person swinging a club and hitting the ball into a tiny hole. And it pains me that this is what people think, because this sport is so much more than meets the eye. It's more than just hitting a tiny white ball into a hole. It's practice, dedication, time, and mental strength, and just so much more. My name is Sammy, and I've been playing this damn sport for over 10 years. I'm proud to even say that I'm able to represent SDSU and play golf for the team. And let me tell you, it has been a rough journey leading up to this point. There has been countless hours of practice, workouts, lessons, time, and money spent to get me to where I am today. I love to educate you guys about my passion, but before I get into all the nitty-gritty stuff, I want to tell you all about golf lingo. I know it seems like a boring topic, but I'll try my best to make it as interesting as possible. So, there are 14 clubs in a bag, and you can't have no more than 14. If you do, then you get a penalty, which is like an extra stroke. Each club goes in a certain distance, and players usually memorize how far each club goes because it just makes their lives easier. I'll start off with a club called the driver. Whenever I tell non-golfers, okay, I'm going to hit my driver now, they usually hit your what? And then I respond with the biggest club that goes the furthest. And then they respond with, oh, the driver. So now that you know what the driver is, yes, it does go the farthest out of all the clubs. And usually everyone wants to hit it to see how far they can bomb it. There's even a thing called long drive competitions where these buff dudes hit the ball over 400 yards, which is literally insane. And if you guys have time, I recommend you guys searching this up on YouTube. It's amazing. Next, you have your fairway woods, which are second shortest, and they're literally a driver, but a mini version. And then you have hybrids, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's a hybrid between a wood and then what your next club is an iron. Irons, they're those mini, thin, metal-looking clubs. You differentiate them by the number engraved on the bottom of the face, starting with a 9-iron and going all the way to a 1-iron. Usually, people don't have 1-irons because they're really hard to hit, because usually 9-irons, they have the loft to really big loft, so it's easier to hit. 1-irons are literally straight, and that's super tough to hit. So with irons, the higher the number, the shorter it goes, so a 9-iron would actually go shorter than a 5-iron. Then we have the putter, which you use on the putting green to finish the hole. Now for the hard part, explaining what par means. Each course has a par, and it's usually 72. And within that 72, there are 18 holes. And within those 18 holes, each hole is either a par 3, par 4, par 5. So basically what that means, if you get a 3 on each par 3, you shoot a 4 on each par 4, or you shoot a 5 on each par 5, you shoot par, which is 72. Now, since par is the base score and what everybody's trying to hit, there's scores that you can hit to get over par, which are bogey, double bogey, triple bogey, and so on. This is you don't want those. Remember, golf is the only sport where you actually want the least amount of shots possible or points possible. And if you go the other way from par, you get scores like birdies, eagles, double eagles. So that's -1, -2, -3, and then you have your hole-in-ones, which is what we want. Pros usually shoot under pars, meaning they get scores lower than par 3s, par 4s, or par 5s. I know it's confusing, but just ask me questions if you guys don't understand still. However, to get these below par scores, one must be so self-driven and motivated that they spend hours a day practicing, investing thousands of dollars into equipment and lessons, which are not very cheap, and dedicate time to building their strength and working out. Yes, golf is a sport where you need to work out if you want to play well. Not only has the sport kept me in shape, it has also strengthened my mental game. Golf is 90% mental. Being able to recover from a detrimental shot or maintain your focus while playing well is a lot easier said than done. Trust me, I've spent my fair share of time crying my eyes out after one bad hole because my mental game was just too weak. Golf is honestly a love-hate relationship, but I'm so grateful for it has taught me and how it shaped me into the young woman I am today, on and off the course.